Se não tivermos nenhumas até agora, eu posso começar com as coisas que eu queria dizer. Okay, I will start with my thoughts and reflections, and then while I'm speaking, you can always come and register with Hannah. So, first of all, I want to wish Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. It started already last week. We are on day 7? No, Monday. It started last Monday, today is Wednesday. Yes, we are on day 7 of Ramadan. I wish Ramadan Mubarak for everyone who is fasting and who is not fasting, for everyone who is Muslim and who is not Muslim, since I receive Happy Christmas, even though I'm not Christian, every year. So I think it's fine. I want to share about what Ramadan is for me a little bit, because I grew up in Syria, for those who don't know. And I actually grew up in a not religious family, so I was never pressured to fast. I actually have never fasted in my life. I tried. I never managed to get beyond noon. And this year it felt different for me. This year I'm away from my family, I'm away from my country, and it's way easier to fast when you're in our countries. So for those of you who don't know, when Ramadan starts, which we follow, Ramadan is the name of a month in the lunar calendar, the calendar that we follow in Islam. When Ramadan starts, we usually start our fast, which is we don't eat or drink or smoke or make anything negative or positive or whatever enter our body, just complete cleansing. From sunrise until sunset. So the suhoor time here in Portugal is at around 5:20 in the morning, and the iftar, which means breakfast in Arabic, literally breaking the fast, is at 6:45. Today it was at 6:49. Every day changes now that the day is getting longer. So you can imagine that since it follows the lunar calendar, sorry I'm giving you a lecture about it, but I think it's very important for us to keep this in mind when we are thinking about the genocide that's happening in Gaza right now, that has a predominantly Muslim population. So in the summer it's way harder to fast because the days are longer and are hotter, and you go without water. In Portugal, it actually has been way easier to fast than I expected it would be, considering I don't here have my community supporting me in doing so. But this year was different for me. This year I decided to fast, and this year I had no doubt that I would be able to fast, because the objective of fasting is for you to feel the suffering of the poor and for you to learn how to discipline yourself, for you to feel the suffering of everyone that can't have access to water and can't have access to food. And me, as someone who grew up in Syria, I've had to deal with not having electricity, I've had to deal with not having flour sometimes to make bread, with food shortages. But I was lucky enough to be in a neighborhood where all the water that goes to Damascus passes through our neighborhood, so I never had to suffer from the lack of water. And for me, it was the biggest thing that I wanted to be able to relate to, because it's the biggest thing that has been fucking with my brain, sorry for my language, since the beginning of the genocide, since before it was even announced as a genocide, since before anyone even suggested that this might be a genocide, since the time when Israel cut off the water and electricity, and since before October the 7th, when Israel, for decades now, has been continuing to control Palestinian water, Palestinian access to water, and electricity. But water in specific has always fucked with my brain really, really, really hard. And this year I knew that no matter how thirsty I would become, I can handle it, because I can just think of all of those people that have had to go for months now without water, months struggling to get clean water. And actually fasting on water has been the best part of my journey with Ramadan. I expected that it would be very, very hard for me not to be able to drink water, since I've never had to struggle with that. but it has been the absolute best part, because those first few sips of water that I take when it's iftar time are so precious. So precious. Every single time I've cried just from drinking water. And I expected that I would chug it like this because I'm so dehydrated, but no, I actually appreciated every single sip that I took. So just to say this, like, this has made me feel way closer and connected to the millions of people that are doing this all around the world, including in Palestine, where they are under a genocide. So I think all of you have heard, or if you haven't heard already, about the flour massacre. And then 2 weeks after the flour massacre, about the 200 men that went to get flour, Bisan shared it on her Instagram, that went to get flour and were murdered and came home with no flour. They wanted to get it to bake bread. And I want you to think about every single one of your fathers, about to which lengths they would go to just to put bread on your table or to put food on your table, and imagine what they must have went through in the last moments of their lives. Imagine what their families are going through now that they've lost the men that would have gone to get the flour to put the bread on their table. And since Gaza is always at the back of my mind, since Palestine is always at the back of my mind, no matter what I do, when you're fasting, hunger and thirst are also always with you and at the back of your mind. But at least you know that at the end of the day you will get it. And in other places this is not the case. So I encourage everyone, even if they're not Muslim, me myself, I've had a lot of problems with faith and with my connection with God throughout my life, but you don't have to be Muslim to fast. I encourage you to try at least one day, so that maybe you can feel spiritually closer and connected to that, and maybe it will help you in your own way. And the final thing I wanted to share before I pass the mic to someone else, hopefully we already have more registrations. Perfect. So the last thing that I wanted to share was that, well, I'll share it a bit later since I'm emceeing tonight. I will wait for a bit more people to come here that I would like to hear what I want to share, and I'll share it later. Thank you. I would like to call Eduarda to the mic. Thank you, Eduarda.
Well, we'll start calling you Eduarda.
Good evening, everybody. I can speak Arabic, Hebrew, and English. So English is my third language. I hope I will not fail. My name is Warda. I'm Palestinian from those who are called 1948 Palestinian who didn't fled from in 1948, but most of my family live in Lebanon. My village is called El Bassa, which is now in Hebrew, it's called Shlomi. There is no Arabs in this village, but we live, my grandfather he was lucky to stay in another village. So we have a family there, but most of my family, my grandfather, my mother family are living in Lebanon. Lately, I know also we have some relatives in Gaza after two ladies were killed near the church. I came from a Christian, but not religious family. Who am I? Am I peace activist? Before 7th of October, most of my life was working to show the world and especially in Israel, all the population in Israel about the suffering of Palestinians. I run also a group called Israel and Palestinian for Peace. all the group speaking about the suffering of Palestinians in West Bank, in Gaza. In West Bank, in the daily life, they suffer every moment, every day from the brutal attacks of settlers and the army. And also, you know about Gaza for 16 years, it was under siege. When I was 10 years old or less, I remember Gaza was a very beautiful city, was very, despite of the occupation, but it was very improved and very wonderful city. Even Israeli were going there to buy all the markets. After the siege, the situation were very difficult, but despite that, Palestinians make their own things and try to make their own calculation and financial things. So even under the siege, they have a lot of things to show which was damaged through this devil war. After the 17th of October, I called for political solution, not to think about war again and again. 8 wars in every 4 months even there is also attack of Israel on Gaza, hunting people, hunting leaders. Every leader of Hamas or Jihad or any, they create more and more people that they want to resist against Israel. So all my life I try to show the Israeli people and all over the world, especially the Americans, that please don't support Israel for brutal attacks, for military attacks. Please bring Israel to make the peace with Palestinians, to free, to get that Palestinians get their self-determination, which also was determined by the law, the United Nations laws, which give the legitimacy of Israel to be established. It is forbidden to by Israeli and by American to give that right to Palestinians. Even the Palestinians are the indigenous people who were own the country, but unfortunately the whole life is not right, and the whole world doesn't know about the suffering of Palestinians. So all my activity is about raising the awareness all over the world to bring people to think about how to stop this situation, how to create more people that support Palestinians to self-determination, and especially now to stop the devil war on Gaza, the suffering of the people. Until now, 33,000 people were killed. More than 100,000 now are injured. And I think it is not all the numbers, because now people are suffering from starving, from everything. And this situation can lead for a very huge disaster, more than the huge disaster. I don't think I work with Israeli and with Jewish people also for peace. There is anti-Zionist Jewish people. We are together working to create a situation that we bring this situation to end, to make ceasefire and to free Palestine. So I from this stage I say with you, free Palestine, ceasefire now, and self-determination for all Palestinians, and the right of return. Thank you.
Ocupação! Isso sai fogo já! Fim 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 ocupação! ocupação! E cessar fogo já! Fim à 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 ocupação! E cessar fogo já!
Hello again. Thank you so much, Eduarda, for being here. For those of you that don't know, Eduarda is just passing here in Lisbon on holidays, and I'm very, very happy that she could share some of the things that she shared with us right now and share her energy with us at the vigil today. Thank you for all the work that you do as well. It's very important to remember that there are anti-Zionist Israelis, and that by working together we can achieve. Perhaps that's my opinion. Many people can disagree, but we can achieve a lot if we actually, because I will not say more on this topic for now, but I will remind everyone that this is an open mic. You can share whatever you want. Please, if you've been, especially those of you that have been coming here for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and have never went to the mic, it really doesn't have to be anything profound. But I would love to see you here and hear your voice and hear you share your energy with us, which I think is very important. And it's very important that you guys are here every week, because this is not stopping. So to share the space together and mourn together, it has been definitely life-changing for me. There are flags that we are selling. If you want to buy one, you can speak with Sofia. Sofia, there sitting down. And they are €7 already, I can tell you this. Então, para dizer em português, é para relembrar que o microfone está aberto. Eu quero encorajar toda a gente que ainda não falou e está a vir às Vigílias todas as semanas para vir e partilhar a vossa energia connosco, porque eu adoraria de ouvir a vossa voz. Também para dizer que nós temos bandeiras à venda, são €7, estão com a Sofia. Se vocês quiserem comprar uma bandeira. E também queria agradecer a toda a gente por estar aqui, porque está muito frio hoje, de nada. E se calhar, não sei se estamos todos mais perto, ou se chegarmos mais perto do microfone, se calhar não vai estar tão frio, mas deixo isso. I leave this to your decision and discretion, but I think it would be nicer if we were a bit cozied up. Enquanto não há inscrições, eu queria relembrar a toda a gente... Olá, João. Enquanto não há inscrições, eu queria relembrar a toda a gente que... eu já esqueci-me o que é que eu ia relembrar a toda a gente. Sorry. Bem... Boycott the brands. Está bem, vou falar disso, já falei disso muitas vezes, vou voltar a falar disso. McDonald's, Starbucks, I will speak about this in English before I remember what I was going to say, because I think it was important. But I will speak about this in English because I'm more comfortable. So, the point of BDS, which is something that I've heard arguments against it a lot from many people in the past, which is that it wouldn't make any difference, and then if we boycott this company, why don't we boycott that company? And all companies are complicit, but there is an important thing to remember about BDS, which is that it focuses on targeted boycotting, so that of course we admit that almost every company in the world in some way or another would be linked to the Zionist state, because every company, because we live in a capitalist world, and this is the creation of this capitalist imperialist world that we live in. But what BDS focuses on is targeted boycotting, so that it makes the biggest impact, because it's not sustainable to expect that we can boycott everything. However, if we focus all of our efforts on a reduced number of companies, of big companies, that people usually over-consume, then we can achieve a difference, then we can make noise, then if we make their sales drop, which is what happened since October the 7th, this can make actual noise and this can make an actual difference, because this is where you can hurt them most. We can't just sit and wait until they wake up and suddenly decide to be moral, and suddenly decide to stop killing children, and suddenly decide to stop stealing houses and burning olive trees and attacking the natives. We can't expect that these people that have been that these countries that are funding this will suddenly wake up and decide to be just if we keep talking to them about justice, or if we keep showing them pictures of dead children. What hurts them is money. What hurts them is also the image. So it's not just money. This is why BDS doesn't focus only on companies. I have spoken about this before, that it's also very important to boycott sports events, arts events. This is not something new, because it has happened in South Africa before and it has worked in South Africa before. Usually for me, when I have arguments with people about BDS, this is the winning argument. Look at South Africa. That's it. So it's very important, again, Eurovision is right around the corner. It's very important to make some noise about that, because if their artists and if their sports group and their academia is also banned from public spaces here, and if it's boycotted here, then it's something that can hurt them in other ways than just money. It's the other way that we can make the actual population there, which are people that just want to continue about their lives normally and do their art and do their sports and do their lives normally, for them also to pay attention and lose support for the governments that they are supporting, because they are being isolated from all over the world. So we have sold before here an Mapash newspaper that talked about Israelis in Alentejo, Israelis and Palestinians in Alentejo, and efforts to try to bring non-Zionists together and make all the population there call for a ceasefire. And there is an article there that talks about that talks about how easy it is for someone, an Israeli that's living outside of Portugal, to just go on about their lives and pretend as nothing is happening, because they've built their own house and their own farm here, and not call for a ceasefire, when in fact these voices can be the loudest and these voices can be the strongest. So if we make a lot of noise and if we don't allow people to just go on their lives as normal, like every single person in this Mirador that is ignoring the vigil right now instead of joining us, then some change has to happen. Don't let them pretend that this is normal. This is not normal. This was not normal 75 years ago. This has gotten to ridiculous levels since October 7th. No human words can describe this. So please, I'm very happy to see that we are more people now, and I hope more will join us. And please, come and say something. I need you. This is my personal appeal to you. I need you. I need you to make me feel 0.5% better about all of this. So, thank you for being here, and please, let's support each other through this. Okay.
Taking this segue of boycott, I would like to remind everyone that on Sunday we will have a sit-in in front of McDonald's in Rocio between 12 and 1 p.m. So in Portuguese, no domingo, entre o meio-dia e a 1 da tarde, vamos ter uma assentada em frente ao McDonald's do Rocio, de forma a continuar este boicote e chamar a atenção ao boicote ao McDonald's. Pronto, é durante a altura do almoço, por isso esperamos que seja um bocadinho mais acessível e numbers count, so if you can, please do come. And another thing is we have some flyers about like how you can donate eSIMs to Gaza, which is one of the most useful ways that you can contribute to people in Gaza right now, to make sure that we keep them connected and make sure that they are able to communicate within themselves and also share news to the outside world. If you would like the flyer and to know how you can contribute, you can come to us. We have the flyers over there. Então, em português, nós temos uns panfletos sobre como podem contribuir e como podem ajudar através da doação de eSIMs para Gaza, de forma a conseguirmos manter ou ajudar a manter as pessoas em Gaza conectadas consigo mesmas e com o exterior. Isto é uma das formas mais diretas em que podemos ajudar neste momento, por isso, se estiverem interessadas, venham ter connosco e estamos agora a distribuir, acho eu. Obrigada.
Bom pessoal, fica aqui a informação e do que estavam a falar aqui dos eSIMs agora.
E viva a Palestina, resistir, a resistir.
Eu vou ver aqui entretanto o texto. Quem sou? Um grupo voluntário espalhados por várias partes do mundo. Agaremos fundos para a compra e distribuição de eSIMs para pessoas em Gaza. Como fazer uma doação? Aceitamos doações em dinheiro e transferência bancária, locais em Portugal e noutros países internacionais. Se preferires outros métodos de doação ou quiseres ajudar, manda mensagem para @paulsolidarity.initiative no Instagram. Vou mostrar aqui novamente aqui os textos. Parte final.
Agora que estamos juntas.
E aqui os dados, se quiserem comprar o conteúdo. Pessoal, olhem, está muito frio, sabem, está mesmo muito frio. Boa noite a todos desse lado, também mas olha, estamos aqui mais uma noite aqui a mostrar aqui em Portugal, e também tem Lisboa. Ainda há pessoas que acreditam na paz e na liberdade humana e no respeito pelos outros. E não sei se por acaso estiver aí alguém do Porto, um grande abraço à malta do Porto, que faz isto todos os dias a partir das 10 da noite. Muito respeito por vocês, somos completamente solidários convosco. E olha, aquele grande abraço, até já.
Olá, boa noite. Gosto de ter o microfone assim, porque eu não gosto de ter o microfone aqui, porque eu gosto de falar e estar em movimento sempre e nunca estar sempre, porque não gosto de estar parado. Sou Lala e vim aqui para falar sobre duas ações. Uma delas vai acontecer amanhã, que é dia 21 de março, vai-se passar no Campo das Cebolas o evento do Dia Internacional da
Discriminação racial.
Contra a discriminação racial. Desculpa, Tonga, ajuda-me aqui no discurso. Isto aqui é um discurso aberto e é para ajudar. Diz-me.
Dia Internacional pela Eliminação da Discriminação Racial.
Exato. Obrigado. Está muito frio e desculpem estarem a falar português. Eu só ouvi também porque não tinha casacos e eu a pensar que hoje é o dia de primavera e vim todo a verão. E pronto, e agora estou aqui a enfrentar o frio também, como todos vocês, mas estou muito grato por ainda, mesmo com o frio, ver aqui muita gente ainda encher as vigílias e grato por a vossa força e a vontade e ainda a resistência pelo povo palestiniano. E isto do dia da manhã é importante porquê? Porque não há luta pela Palestina sem a luta antirracista cá em Portugal. Portanto, é muito importante a vossa presença amanhã na concentração, às 18 horas. E a segunda convocatória que eu faço vai ser no sábado, às 11. Vamos ter uma concentração em Setúbal, pela Palestina. Eu gostava muito que aparecessem. E para dizer os elementos, o que é que vai acontecer na concentração, eu vou só ler um manifesto que nós lançamos nas redes sociais e que vamos ler também no dia da concentração. E eu aproveito e vou ler aqui na Vigília. Por uma Palestina livre, cessar fogo imediato em Gaza e fim à ocupação colonial israelita. Desde o passado dia 7 de outubro de 2023, que a faixa de Gaza, na Palestina, sob a ocupação militar israelita, há 75 anos, está a ser bombardeada indiscriminadamente, tendo já sido mortos mais de 30 mil inocentes indefesos. Desde esse dia que o massacre ao povo palestiniano e seu território continuam de forma bárbara perante a impunidade do Estado israelita e com grande parte da comunidade internacional indiferente a esta atroz e mortífera escalada de violência. No entanto, também desde esse dia que milhares de pessoas têm demonstrado a sua solidariedade, exigindo o cessar-fogo permanente em Gaza e o fim da ocupação colonial israelita. Em Portugal, continuamos a sair à rua um pouco por todo o país, independentemente das agendas políticas ou das mudanças governamentais. A atual ascensão da extrema-direita revela-nos, aliás, que o combate às ideologias racistas tem de ser fortalecido, sejam estas o antissemitismo ou a islamofobia. Não podemos continuar a assistir a este genocídio, nem toleramos o projeto colonial sionista. A paz no território palestiniano e naquela região só é possível com o fim imediato do cerco e bombardeamentos a Gaza. Por isso, apelamos a uma concentração popular no dia 23 de março, às 11 horas, na Praça do Bocage, em Setúbal. Em solidariedade com a Palestina e com o seu povo, pelo seu legítimo direito à autodeterminação e a viver em liberdade e em independência. Haverá uma ação a que chamamos Die In, com a qual pretendemos sensibilizar a população setubalense para os milhares de mortos e massacres de civis, como aquele que aconteceu a 29 de 2 de 2024, quando um ataque israelita em Gaza matou mais de 100 pessoas que aguardavam por ajuda humanitária. Teremos lençóis brancos disponíveis para este momento de protesto e solidariedade. E convidaremos as pessoas presentes a encenarem a realidade cotidiana deste povo. Relembramos também que existem outras formas de ação, entre elas o boicote, desinvestimento e sanção, BDS, um movimento que atua desde 2004 pela promoção de igualdade para com o povo palestiniano, agindo diretamente contra o financiamento do exército israelita. As ações de cariz económico pretendem não só travar a ofensiva militar, como também alcançar o derrube dos muros e a devolução das terras ocupadas. A determinação de acabar com o regime jurídico diferenciado da exclusão do povo palestino, com mais de 30 leis discriminatórias, ou a construção das condições para o regresso dos mais de 1.800.000 palestinianos exilados noutros países. E este é o manifesto que nós fazemos para a concentração do dia 23 de março às 11 horas. Relembro também que na segunda-feira passada, às 9 horas da noite, fizemos a colagem de cartazes em Setúbal. Passámos pela cidade inteira a colar. Quando voltámos a passar nos sítios onde nós colamos, os nossos cartazes foram todos rasgados. Nós, quando houve a campanha eleitoral à noite de eleições e vi a minha cidade 20% de votos racistas, fascistas na minha cidade, eu não me surpreendi porque eu não tenho ilusões deste país, mas só para vocês verem que esta luta pela Palestina também é muito importante amanhã comparecerem, porque estas coisas, o rasgar dos pósteres, nós estarmos aqui também nas ações muito ativas, nós fazemos concentrações pela Palestina. Há pessoas que não querem, que estão ativamente contra e que também não querem, também querem o apagamento de um povo e mostram também a sua posição, fazendo, rasgando, e também, já para não falar do mural que foi pintado e foi repintado. Setúbal, aquela cidade está muito forte, os fascistas e os racistas estão com muita moral. Portanto, faço aqui um apelo para ir à concentração de Setúbal e para a concentração da manhã. É só.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
Thank you so much, Lala, and thank you so much, Tonga. I would like to call you actually right now to the mic. Thank you for your energy. Cheers for Tonga, guys.
Hi everyone, olá pessoal. É isso, nós já nos conhecemos a todas relativamente bem. Temos sido também um pouco o amparo umas das outras. Em relação a este genocídio que nós não escolhemos fazer parte, este genocídio que nós não escolhemos vivenciar, este genocídio que nós rejeitamos com tudo o que está dentro de nós, mas também temos sido relembradas da natureza desse sistema que tem-nos destruído, desse sistema que se impõe pela força das armas, pela força dos negócios, pela força da sua impunidade. E é isso, não temos como não chegar a este momento sentindo um profundo pesar, sentindo a tremideira das nossas pernas de estarmos aqui mais uma semana, ou da lista das pessoas mortas nós não conseguiríamos decorar nem que vivêssemos para sempre. E a verdade é que está tudo por fazer. Mas a verdade também é que vocês não arredam pé. E a verdade também é que a nossa luta não termina enquanto a Palestina não for livre. E isto significa que o alento nós encontramos em cada uma de nós. Isto significa que o alento constrói-se nesta, na próxima e na a seguir. E isto significa que nós podemos dizer os nossos inimigos, porque eu tenho inimigos, não é? Na verdade, quem está por trás desse genocídio é meu inimigo. Quem está por trás desse genocídio é motivo e é sede do meu ódio. E neste sentido, eu não posso parar enquanto os meus inimigos continuam a perpetuar este genocídio. Eu não posso parar enquanto a vida palestiniana é desvalorizada diariamente. Eu não posso parar enquanto a vida das pessoas do Sudão, enquanto a vida das pessoas do Congo, enquanto a vida das pessoas negras em Portugal, na Ilha do Faial, são reclamadas a troco de muito pouco. Eu queria e quero e vou tentar recitar um poema de um artista negro muito importante, ligado à Harlem Renaissance, que é o Claude McKay, que é também um dos primeiros organizadores negros das internacionais comunistas, uma das pessoas também responsáveis pela proliferação dos congressos pan-africanistas da Europa e dos Estados Unidos para a África, e como tal um precursor das lutas de libertação que me permitem hoje estar aqui como parte ínfima da culminação da luta milenar, da luta secular, da luta que não acaba hoje, da luta que não acaba amanhã, dos povos africanos, dos povos oprimidos contra a exploração capitalista, não é? Eu vou ler em inglês porque o poema é em inglês. Please bear with me. Vai ser difícil. Então é assim. If we must die, let it not be like hawks, hunted and penned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our accursed lot. If we must die, oh, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Then even the monsters with the eyes shall be constrained to honor us though dead. Oh, kinsmen, we must meet the common foe. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men, we'll face the murderous cowardly pack, pleased to the wall, dying but fighting back. Este poema, na verdade, muitos de nós poderíamos e queríamos tê-lo recitado a muitos de nossos entes queridos que morreram e morrem e as suas vidas são reclamadas de forma banal, não é? Esta banalidade da violência, este desvalor em relação à nossa condição humana, faz-me pensar muito neste poema, no quanto eu queria poder recitar e dar valor a todas as pessoas cuja vida é retirada sem saberem porquê, a todas as pessoas que não têm agência sobre as razões pela qual vivem e podem ser retiradas a qualquer momento. Na verdade, este poema significa para mim também uma missão, que é uma missão de dar valor a todas as pessoas cuja vida é reclamada, a todas as pessoas cuja agência é retirada e a todas as pessoas que morrem sem perceber porquê. É para mim também uma missão geracional, nós darmos sentido à morte destas pessoas que são martirizadas constantemente pelo sistema. É com o peso das suas vidas e dos seus sonhos por cumprir que nos levantamos, que nos cumprimentamos, que nos saudamos, que gritamos entre nós e choramos. Então seria com este poema de Claude McKay que eu vos deixaria, com a menção de que estaremos cá às vezes que forem necessárias e cada vez mais sabemos que a nossa vida é também uma arma e a forma como a vivemos poderá ser o veneno desse sistema, não é? queria só, quando eu dissesse Admir Araújo Moreno, um homem cabo-verdiano de 49 anos, servente, filho de um futebolista famoso em Cabo Verde, assassinado de forma bárbara, banal, estúpida, numa discoteca, deixa a sua família, a sua filha, como o único sustento do seu agregado, como muitos outros, o Bruno Candé, o Musso, o Elson Sanches, o Snake. A sua vida foi avaliada por outros e decidido à sua revelia que deveria ali ser interrompida, e como muitos outros, nós acabamos por gritá-los presente. Então, quando eu disser Admir Araújo Moreno, vocês dizem presente. Quando eu disser hoje, vocês dizem sempre. Admir Araújo Moreno.
Presente!
Hoje.
Sempre!
Admir Araújo Moreno.
Presente!
Hoje.
Sempre! Hoje! Hoje e sempre antirracista! 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 Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista!
Hoje e sempre
Antirracista! 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 Antirracista!
Queria só reforçar o convite, a convocatória, na verdade, que Lala colocou aqui. Na verdade, amanhã, dia 21 de março, que se assinala 63 anos do massacre de Sharpeville, que 63 anos, talvez esteja enganado, se calhar sejam 65 anos do massacre de Sharpeville, onde mais de 30 pessoas foram vitimadas pelo reacionário, nojento, xenófobo sistema de apartheid na África do Sul. Nós estaremos também, como muitos anos estamos, a prestar homenagem a mais uma pessoa cuja vida é reclamada, a esta senhora Admir Araújo Moreno. Então, este convite é para assinalar a data, mas também é para assinalar a luta desta comunidade negra no Faial, que está de luto e que também está em luto. Just reminding that tomorrow there will be the celebration of 60 plus years of the Sharpeville massacre, which was one of the most infamous massacres committed by the apartheid regime in South Africa. And it's also, we are also grieving for the death of Cape Verdean person in the island of Faial in Portugal, in the Azores. And we are we are struggling with this community in Fayal that struggled today. They had a demonstration at the center of the island, and so we want to show solidarity, and we want to show that our respect for our fallen comrade, for our black existence here in Lisbon. So I want you to invite. I want to invite you guys to be present tomorrow at 6 p.m. in Campo das Cebolas.
Thank you so much, Tonga. Campo das Cebolas, for who doesn't know, is in Santa Apollonia. Right there, you just go down. It's very close, and it's a really pretty place to protest, actually. So I hope to see you all there. I remembered now what I wanted to say earlier, which is especially on this theme of anti-racism and anti-fascism. So I think most of you know that the vigil in Porto, they do vigils every single day. Unlike us who do it every week, they do it every single day. And a few days ago, they were attacked in the vigil by racists and by, I mean, I don't know, I don't think you can be really a Zionist without being a racist. But, I would just like to remind everyone to please be careful, to go home in groups. I do believe with all of my heart that Palestine will be free when we scream this, and because all empires fall one day, and this one will fall for sure. No matter how long it takes, it will fall, and I really believe that it will happen very soon, in my lifetime, in all of our lifetimes. But please, like you've seen already someone here scream something stupid about Hamas, as always. So please be careful when you're going home, please. I want to reinforce this very much. Por favor, tenham cuidado a ir para casa. Se vocês quiserem ir, tipo, vão todos juntos em grupo. Temos de ter cuidado porque já houve ataques às vigílias antes, que acontecem todos os dias no Porto. E aqui é só semanal. Mas tenham cuidado, estamos num sítio muito exposto. Então, é só isso. Now I would like to call Gonçalo.
Hello. Thank you, Tonga. Thank you, Gigi. I'm gonna sing a poem that I wrote. I've already read it a while ago, but now it has a melody. It's very new, so I'm gonna improvise some parts. But it's about dreams, I would say. It's about imagination, it's about aspire for something better, and I don't know, leave the place you are because you're in a very bad place. I was in a very bad place, so it's about that. And I think it's relevant to this issue because I made a post yesterday about that. So last week I sang another song about a girl that was forced to let her dreams die, or was forced to make the dreams turn into a fantasy, unreachable fantasy, because of the IOF, and because, you know, with all the circumstances and with all the hunger, the suffering, the bombs, the noise, the cold, everything children and all the people in Gaza are going through, dreams are really the only thing that gives them hope. But I think even that, I don't know, like, could I dream even in those circumstances? I don't know, but I wish, I hope that they still can, and I believe, and I believe, as Gigi said, in a free Palestine and a sovereign state of Palestine in the near future, and I want those kids to have dreams again. So I'll sing that. I wish that I could fly and pierce the clouded sky. Get the sunlight in these brown eyes. Leave this madness and confusion behind. See the tiny light fade away now. I'll feel the breeze tread these tears away. Reveal the smiley face that once was replaced by sadness and rage. I'll feel the sunlight calling, it is mine. And I'll follow those birds through lands that only nature can combine. See all wonders from their point of view. Be lucky as they are. No pressure but the one nature implies. No time but only day and night. If only I could disappear into my imagination, would it become all that is real? All that is real? Would it become all that is real? All that is real?
Thank you, Gonçalo, so much. Always such a pleasure to hear your voice. Guys, I encourage everyone, even if you don't have the voice of Gonçalo, to come and sing. God knows I've sang on this mic before and I do not have that voice. But thank you so much. Next, I would like to call Elena. Thank you. And guys, the mic is open. You can come register if you want to share something.
Hello everyone. I'm going to keep it really short, but I just want to express my gratitude today. I live in Amsterdam, and this is the first gathering, pro-Palestine gathering I've been to in Lisbon. It has been very inspiring. The past 6 months, me and my friends have been organizing, fundraising, raising awareness, protesting, marching, boycotting, sit-in protests. And we've been feeling more and more alone. The group is getting smaller, but being here makes me realize that I'm not alone at all. There is a whole group of people 2,000 kilometers away from Amsterdam, and yeah, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. We're also doing it in Amsterdam every day. Yeah, so thank you so much, and free Palestine.
Free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Palestine! Stop the genocide! 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 Free Palestine! 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 Free Palestine!
Thank you so much, Elena. I just want to say something, that this is what they want us to believe, that we are alone and that we are separated and that we are becoming less and that our fight is becoming weaker. But with your presence here, with the presence of everyone here also that has spoken and it's their first time at the vigil as well, it's clearer than ever that this is just an illusion. We are all connected in this fight together, and we are only growing bigger and bigger. So thank you so much for your words and for your work. Next, I would like to invite Tiago.
Boa noite. Tá escutando bem? Aí. É isso. Pessoal, eu na verdade, vim fazer aqui uma música a capela, porque tá um pouco relacionada com a coisa do racismo. E eu nasci aqui em Portugal, meu sangue é brasileiro, já tive uma temporada no Brasil, sofri racismo no Brasil. Por falar como eu falo, sofro racismo a diário em Lisboa e em qualquer parte desse país, infelizmente. É bom estar rodeado de gente que não me manda para minha terra. Eu nasci aqui. Exatamente. Então, o que eu vou cantar agora, é um original meu, que não é bem um original meu, porque isso era de uma menina africana, na verdade afro-brasileira, que a menina, teve uma doença, ela acabou por falecer. E um amigo meu italiano, uma vez, a gente estava na praia, em Málaga, Costa do Sol, e ele falou, pô, brother, tem aqui uma coisa que a mãe da menina, amiga minha, me mandou, pai, você tem como dar um olho aqui nessa música? E eu falei, pô, brother, deixa ver o que a gente pode fazer, né? Então, me desculpa, tô constipado. Se a voz não é a melhor, não sou cantor. Mas é isso, quem conta é a intenção. Ela é a rainha 1, ela é a rainha 2, ela é a rainha 1, ela é a rainha 2, a mãe do sangue negro. Dona dos nossos corações, a mãe do sangue negro, dona das nossas revoluções. Ela luta por mim, ela luta por ti, ela luta por si, ela luta por nós. África, uê, África, uê, Angola, Cabo Verde, Moçambique, Santo Tomé. África, uê, África, uê, Bahia, Pernambuco, Maranhão, Rio de Janeiro, minha paixão. Eu respiro puro, eu respiro selvagem. Respiro puro, respiro selvagem. Eu sou filho da rainha 1. Ela é a rainha 1, ela é a rainha 2, a mãe do sangue negro, dona dos nossos corações, a mãe do sangue negro, dona das nossas revoluções. Ela luta por mim, ela luta por ti, ela luta por si, ela luta por nós. África, uê, África, uê, Angola, Cabo Verde, Moçambique, Santo Tomé. África, uê, África, uê, Bahia, Pernambuco, Maranhão, Rio de Janeiro, minha paixão. Eu respiro puro, respiro selvagem. Respiro puro, respiro selvagem. Respiro puro, respiro selvagem. Respiro puro, respiro selvagem.
Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever.
Thank you so much, Tiago. That was beautiful. So beautiful. No, and thank you so much, Tonga, for the chance. That was amazing. What would we do without you? I'd like to invite next to the mic Julieta. Thank you, Julieta, so much. I'm very looking forward to hear what you have to say.
I cannot sing, but thank you so much for the wonderful voices we had here today, right? Two wonderful voices. Now I just want to share some thoughts I had during the last few days. I'm not sure they will be very coherent, but I'm going to try. Thoughts around Rachel Corrie, right, the American activist who was crushed by an Israeli bulldozer. And I was reading her beautiful letters. I had never read her letters for some reason. And I had several thoughts. I thought, for example, I remembered that 30 years ago, because I am a full-grown adult, so 30 years ago, I wrote a poem. And I won this small contest in my high school with a poem, and I don't have that poem, of course. But I remembered that that poem was about a bulldozer, someone standing in front of a bulldozer that was going to destroy something. It was not Palestine, I'm sure, because at 15 years old, 14, 15, I didn't know about Palestine. But I remember having this idea, and then I remembered my father reading the poem and telling me, you know, daughter, there's always, my wonderful father, saying there's always someone standing in front of the bulldozer, but you know, the bulldozer always goes. And I remember this, and this was 30 years ago, and he told me many things, he taught me many things. But I remember this, and this was 30 years ago. And only now, just these last few days, I thought, maybe he was just trying to protect me from disappointment. Because I know he felt disappointment in his life. And then I thought, but where was I when Rachel Corrie was dead? I told you it's not very coherent, but it's a chain of thoughts that I have. Where was I when she was killed? Because I don't remember. I'm sure I did not protest. I did not feel, what was I doing? And then I remembered what I was doing. And then I remembered the protests against the war in Iraq, the invasion, the destruction of Iraq. That's what I was doing. I was doing that. And then I thought, and we were thousands, we were millions in the world protesting, and still the empire went and it destroyed and it killed. And then I thought, oh, and now we protest and we think it's going to work, but what if it doesn't work? But then I thought, even my father, who told me that the bulldozer always goes, he never quit, he fought until the end. Until the end, he was never, done. Until the end, he wrote and he tried and he argued. And then I thought, yeah, like someone talked about today, all empires fall, so for sure this is going to fall. Everything goes. And then I thought, maybe Iraq was not, that last drop. Maybe now the glass is totally full. Because I feel something with this, it's a horrible genocide, obviously I feel something. But it's not just that. I remember shouting, and I remember being on the street, and I remember thinking and feeling that, of course, what was about to happen in Iraq, I know you are all too young maybe to know about this, but in Iraq was wrong, but I don't remember feeling it to my core, like with all my soul, like all the time, every minute of my days, like I do now. And I thought, maybe this is the drop of water. Who knows? Maybe we, maybe you, maybe this that we're doing is the final drop of water. And then I thought, maybe, even if it's not the final drop of water, it's one drop of water, right? And then I also thought, it's not just about that, it's also about, and I'm not trying to be poetic here, because it's, I would find a better metaphor for a poem, but it's like a river, right? It just moves, it runs, and eventually it will get to the sea. But that's not why it moves. The river doesn't think at every moment, I want to reach the sea. And I thought that's what we do, that's who we are. We are moving in history, and we protest because we must. We must. But then I thought, but this has to stop. And then I thought, even if it doesn't stop now, directly because of these protests, because of this vigil, this is a way, at least, you talked about this here today, at least, not just for that, but at least I go, because I must, like a river runs, but I go to honor, and I go to make some noise, and I go so that the suffering of these people, the suffering of the Palestinians in Gaza now, and I have to say, for me, especially the suffering of the children in Gaza now, cannot go unnoticed. So, if for nothing else, then I'm here for this. To honor not just the dead, to honor all suffering that is going on, and that for sure is going to make, that glass really full, and eventually the empire will fall. And one more thought I had this week related to Rachel Corrie. I was at the dentist appointment, and I was, like in the old times, there was a magazine, and I was reading the magazine. Sometimes the Instagram is just too much and you want to distract yourself, so I was reading the magazine. But of course I looked for something about Gaza, and there it was. So I was reading this stupid, of course, this idiotic text about conflict, like they call it, right? And I was it's so clear to me now how deluded so many people are. I don't want to be judgmental, but I have to be. How deluded so many people are, and how the whole way the article was framed was just stupid. It was just stupid. And then I thought how these people, like the person who wrote this article, but so many comentadores, like these commentators that I try not to see, but sometimes you hear, how he had a PhD. It was very impressive. He had a PhD in sophisticated universities, paid in dollars, many of them. And I mean, mostly, not only, mostly white men, right, with PhDs, and they are so smart and so self-confident, and they are experts in geopolitics. They are experts in geopolitics. And then they write these absolutely idiotic things, framed from the perspective of who they consider the adults, right, the wise people. But when I say idiotic, it's not because I don't agree. I don't. When I say idiotic, it's because they are just baseless. They are always from the perspective of the empire, of course. But when you think about it, the empire satisfies no one. They are not satisfied themselves. So when are they going to see that this goes nowhere? When are they going to understand that, yes, someone said that life is precious? When are they going to stop talking about other people's lives like they could sort it out? You know, they sort it out. This is what we're going to do. And then, this is related to Rachel Corrie, now it comes. And then I thought, how much clearer her letters were. I mean, so clear, so honest, so simple. Just, you know, a white girl trying to really find the truth and understand, aware of her role in this empire, aware of her responsibility, of her participation in this, and that is why I also identify, and aware of how things are, but put in such a simple, clear way, so much better than this PhD geopolitics. And I thought I could read you just a tiny little bit. Of course you read them, I know. But maybe I could share just a tiny little bit of one of her letters. So, just to remember, and to remember her. Anyway, just want to write to my mom and tell her that I'm witnessing this chronic, insidious genocide, and I'm really scared, and questioning my fundamental belief in the goodness of human nature. This has to stop. I think it is a good idea for us all to drop everything and devote our lives to making this stop. I don't think it's such an extremist thing to do anymore. And just this little bit, it resonated so much, and I thought, just in 4 lines, I think Rachel Corrie puts all these commentators, I mean, in a corner. You are very kind to listen and to be here, and free Palestine.
We charge you with genocide! Israel, you can hide! We charge you with genocide! Israel, you can hide! We charge you with genocide! Israel, you can hide! We charge you with genocide! Israel, you can hide! We charge you with genocide! Israel,
Thank you so much, Julieta. On the theme of mothers, I would like to tell everyone who don't know that in Palestine and in many Arab countries, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Well, we are making a video for the mothers to send a message of solidarity and gratitude for all their strength. So if you are interested in recording a short video, you can speak to me. Or if you want just to have them in your mind tomorrow, maybe post something about it, send anything, or just have it in your mind, or thank your mothers tomorrow for being there and for being alive, and for knowing that they would do for you the same as Palestinian mothers do, and keeping them in your mind and in your prayers if you pray. And another thing I wanted to share was that I don't know if any of you have already looked at this list, but it's here almost every vigil. And I actually, myself, I don't think I've ever had the strength to come close and read the names. But today I was thinking about the fact that this list, which was the names and ages of the dead, everyone that was martyred in Palestine, that was released by Gazan Health Ministry in October. So you can imagine now that if we were to release the names of all the people died today, not including those that are still under the rubble and need to be counted, then this list would probably be on the other side of the river. So maybe if you want to get closer and look at it now and honor it, maybe I would have the strength to do so myself, and maybe we would also be a little bit warmer because it's a really cold night. But yeah, these are things I wanted to share with you. For now, we don't have any more registrations, so we still have space for a few people. Of course, I would like to call Dima. Please welcome Dima, and if you want to register, you still have space to do so with Hannah. Thank you.
Hello. I just want to say that happy Ramadan, or Ramadan Mubarak. It's not even, we don't say happy. Ramadan Mubarak. Afwan. And we're starting the second week of Ramadan. And as all of you know, Muslims during Ramadan, we don't eat, we don't drink water. This is part of the physical, that we don't eat, we don't drink from sunrise to sunset. But we also, part of it is not to gossip, not to cheat, not to be angry, to be kind. And this is the test. It's like when you're hungry and when you are deprived from food or water, and you're thinking about all the things, whether cigarettes or alcohol or whatever you want to call it, what's your addiction? What is your true self? How raw can it be, and how kind can you be during this time? And it's been something that I've been pondering on since the beginning of Ramadan, thinking of all the people in Gaza who don't have food, water, and all the basic needs for a human being to survive. And then I walk around the city, and then I see all of it, just like, again, people are walking by, having their regular day-to-day life, and that would give me a pause. Did we lose that part of ourselves when we take everything for granted? The drop of water, the piece of bread, anything. And then I think again, when we are all fasting, we're all equal. The poor, the rich, everyone is feeling it. Everyone is feeling what it means to not have the basic needs from sunrise to sunset. And still, you gotta be kind, and you gotta give to the community. You gotta give to others. And it's really, you know, living here in Lisbon and seeing that and hearing from people here what it means, and then they tell you, oh, but you don't eat, and I'm like, but it's only the first few days that you don't feel it. And more, Ramadan this year for me seems even much more, I wouldn't say easier, but more grounded. Because in comparison, every time I would say, oh, I'm thirsty, and then I would just pause. How can I think that I'm thirsty when people don't have water? Or I'm hungry, oh, pause. They don't have food, and this makes it even easier for you to go through your day rather than just like you're thinking about it all day long. And then the act of kindness or the act of being, and then the act of resistance. And what does it mean? How are we going to resist? And more, I need to remind myself and remind everyone around me that one of the basic things, again, that we don't forget is boycott and boycott and boycott and boycott. Because the only thing that we have right now is our money, and this is how we can stop, at least, even if you say, oh, but what does it matter? It does matter. One after one after one, the more that we are not funding that monster who doesn't care about human rights, justice, liberation, freedom, and human existence. It doesn't care. This monster only cares about itself, feeding itself. It doesn't care about the rest of us, honestly. It doesn't. It cares about economy. It doesn't have a religion. It doesn't have ethics. It doesn't have a moral. It just cares about how it can continue to deprive Earth from resources. How can it continue to ruin the climate on this Earth? Like with their weapons, with their wars, with the insane amount of manpower it takes to destruct this Earth. And it takes all of us. It takes people who care about the environment. It takes people who takes about human rights, people who cares about justice. Like, it takes all of us to stop this monster. And it's not gonna stop by just us not even stop funding it with €1 or 50 cents. Everything matters. And I want to say, seeing you all today, and every single time we come here, it just keeps the hope of this not going away, and it's gonna keep moving forward. And we are not little. I don't believe we are. As for the next 2 weeks, I will be not even coming here. I'll be visiting my family, spending the last 2 weeks of Ramadan with them. So I just wanted to put this other note for whoever I couldn't tell. So if you couldn't see me, know that I am with my family in these times, which I really need to be, that after taking them for granted as well. And now I know that I can't take anything for granted, whether it's family, food, water, friendships, and just life by itself. And yeah, that's it. And thank you so much. We will free Palestine, and we will free every country, and we are going to dismantle colonialism, and I believe so. I believe so. This is just the beginning. 6 months, this is just the beginning, and it's not going to be easy, and it's going to take patience, and we're going to feel that we lost. A lot of times we're going to feel, sorry I'm still talking, but I got excited. But honestly, every time I'm talking to someone, they're like, but it's not ending. No, it's okay. We are making them scared. We are making them scared because we are still standing here. We are standing still. Thank you all. And be brave, be strong, and just be you the way you are. Love you all.
Free Palestine! We will! Free Palestine! We will! Free Palestine! We will! Free Palestine! We will! Free Palestine! Palestine in our lifetime. We will free 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 Palestine.
Guys, we are now, there is one more, there is still space for you to register if you want to say something. For two more people. There's two more people. So the first one we have is Christian Morgan. And guys, thank you so much. Please, the mic is open. This is exactly, thank you for your energy.
This is my first time in Portugal. It's very beautiful. And I don't know any of you guys, but I think peace is good and war is usually never good. Very, very often it's not good. And I went to Israel and Palestine 2 years ago, and both people treated me very well. They're extremely welcoming. I went far into Palestine, everybody was very nice. All over Israel, everyone was very nice. And I just wanted to say, I think what you guys are doing is very good, but true peace can only come from Jesus Christ. So we should all pray. This is okay. And God, Jesus took down the Pharisees. He brought justice to the lowest people of Israel. He hung out with prostitutes. He hung out with murderers. He hung out with everybody. He did not judge. So I'm not here to be rude. I think this is good that you're asking for peace. It's a beautiful thing. Peace is beautiful. And in the Bible it says Jesus is the Prince of Peace, and all peace comes from the Lord. So I would just urge you guys, I know you don't know me, and this is probably awkward for you guys, but I understand, okay, yeah, I just wanted to say, I think we should all pray to God for peace. This is all I have to say. And in my opinion, Jesus Christ is the only way to heaven. The Bible says...
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
I don't know enough about the situation to say anything.
Free Palestine!
Okay, that's fine. This is fine. If you believe this, I don't even know. I don't know enough. I was there. I didn't learn enough to know what's really happening. I didn't ask enough questions, but this is my fault. But I just want to say Jesus Christ is the only way to true peace. We should all pray to Jesus that this war will be ended. Jesus is the only way. The Bible says the only way to the Father is through the Son. This is the only black and white thing in this world. Jesus Christ. So thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys have a beautiful night.
Thank you, Christian Morgan. I hope you have a beautiful night as well. I would like to read a poem based on what we just heard and remind everyone that the internet is free and information is free. So if you're not well informed about it and if you have questions, you can always go to the internet, you can read both sides and you can make your own informed opinion. So yeah, just like even if you believe Jesus Christ is the only way, there's still the internet, because you can't speak to Jesus right now for him to inform you about what is happening in Palestine. So maybe you can try other sources at this point. And before I call the next person, I would like to read a poem that I've been wanting to read, but since we've been talking about anti-racism, and I think it fits this subject pretty well. So it's called Black. Okay, this poem. I'll start. I didn't train it very well, but June Jordan was born black, and she was become Palestinian. Like my sister Suhail Hamad, I was born Palestinian, and I am become black. But is that really so? My hair is straightish, my skin is brown, my nose is big and long, crooked and pointy, and all kinds of fucked up. Still, I can access white privilege if I want. But that would be worse, would rip my soul, so I search for the black in me. I find it in the Ethiopian women enslaved by my Arab forefathers. Those women who lost their identities, gave birth to Arab babies, and injected Africa into my veins. I find it in the white supremacy that raped me. I find it where a European took my grandma's house, painted my country white, kicked us out to the cold curb, killed our neighbors, cut my brother's balls off, motherfuckers fucked my mother, then dragged me by the hair and told me I needed liposuction and a nose job. It is where I believed I was ugly, when I tried to be white, when I put down my flatbread and picked up a fork and Mrs. Wall said I was white enough to stop being a black lover. I find it where white boys dug up my ancestors' homes, built a tolerance museum over their graves, put on uniforms and held me at gunpoint for a laugh, because little white girls pushed me out of the pool one day screaming mean things at me in Hebrew. I find it in the way my Arab brethren considered me human only after I got my USA passport, because otherwise I am vermin that they can feel sorry for and be outraged about, a thing fit for refugee camps that aren't fit for humans and good for cheap labor or a cheap whore. I find it in the dictates that I am the wrong kind of human because I'm Palestinian, and Jesus was Palestinian and Jesus was black. I find black from the poetry in my heart, the song on my lips, and music in my hips. I am Palestinian, and in the blue and bruise of my heart I am become black, because black is beautiful, and the beautiful in me is black. Thank you so much, guys. I love all of you so fucking much. Thank you. I would like to call Simon.
First of all, that was incredible. Amazing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all my Muslim sisters and brothers. For the person with the Jesus remarks, I would like to inform you that Jesus is Prophet Isa to us Muslims, and for many years Palestine was a place of peace among the three religions. Matter of fact, the genocide we're handling, well, we're kind of here for today, has killed Christians, has killed Muslims, and has killed Jewish people, not now, but since the Nakba, since prior to the Nakbas. In 1937, that the first Zionists publicly stated that they were going to wipe out Arabs to have the land of Israel, to build their God-given land that has become secular somehow, and in which Orthodox Jews don't want to fight, but now are forced to enter the IDF to fight. So we have entered the moment of collective psychosis, where somehow we are minorities in the street right now. I'm here because last week I came to talk about two families who have come into contact from Gaza, who are in very precarious situations right now. Since then, there have been some developments, both good and bad. So I would like to tell the story again from the beginning for those who weren't there last week. The first person I came into contact with was Ahmed he's from Gaza. He's always been from Gaza because he can't leave. And currently he's in Deir al-Balah, which is a very dense refugee camp currently. He has a wife with him, and she was pregnant when I came last week. Well, they just had their baby daughter, Laura. She's healthy, she's actually quite heavy, which is a wonderful news because of all the malnutrition that has occurred due to the imposed famine on Gaza. And, well, he's very young, he's 24. Actually, I'm 21. He's a lawyer, I'm a law student. He sent me a lot of pictures of his house prior to to becoming rubble due to bombardments. And prior to me getting into contact with him, I actually somehow divided myself from Gazans. Because I was always told, you know, like they live in poverty, they live in these horrible situations. But that's actually not true at all. Many Gazans have very normal lives, very similar lives to all of us. The pictures that Ahmed showed me of his house were beautiful pictures with a beautiful garden. Of course, there also are many poor people as there are in the world because we live in the capitalism, and unfortunately, all of society is kind of determined by that. But Ahmed showed me that this could just very well be myself if, you know, Portugal became a non-state like Palestine, if my juridical statute was denied, if my sovereignty was denied, if my history was denied, if my language was denied, if my flag was denied, if my humanity and existence was denied. I will be, by the way, until the end there, and I have links to both of these families that I will be willing to share with anybody who wants to donate or share the links on their social media. It's very helpful. The second person I came into contact with was actually Malak. She's 16. She's living in Rafah right now, which is probably the biggest open-air prison, death camp, refugee camp, most densely populated in the world right now, where currently Israel is quietly starting an invasion that has killed a ton of people. It's been horrible, and it's been actually quite a lot of smoke screens on the news. We don't actually hear a lot about it unless somehow you're in the telegrams of Palestine. And Al-Shifa hospital there was a horrible massacre there. They have kidnapped the entirety of Al Jazeera crew. There's just many horrors happening right now, and they're there. They're in a house of 27 people near the refugees. Somehow they still have a house, but the grandfather has developed bladder cancer. Last week I told you who were there this fact, but it's actually gotten worse, and they need immediate surgery, and they're trying to escape from the Egyptian desert, which is extremely expensive. And I'll also be sharing their links if anyone wants to donate. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here every week or whenever you can, or if it's your first time. This is extremely important. We need to be as strong as possible right now, as brutal as possible right now with our words, because decorum is actually the reason many people here are just walking by and aren't joining us. The idea that we have to be polite about a genocide when it's the worst crime that can be committed. As a law student, I've learned about genocide law, the Genocide Convention. This is the clearest, most well-documented genocide of modernity. I mean, Srebrenica was 8,000 dead people. We are now reaching 32,000. We don't actually know how many more because of the rubble. And there are 30,000 people trapped right now under the rubble in a hospital. So it could double the death toll. We are in very horrible situations. And we need to forget about ourselves and about our the friends that we might lose with this, the job offers that we might lose with this. We need to dedicate our humanity to those who are being denied their humanity, and there's no doubt about that. So thank you.
Thank you so much for making me do squats. That definitely warmed me up a bit. I would like also to thank Simone so much for your words, and thank you for reminding me that I don't have to be polite about the genocide. Right as I was thinking, maybe I was a bit impolite. No, thank you so much. I would like to invite Yip next to the mic. Did I say your name right? Yeah.
Hi. I am from the Netherlands, from Amsterdam, and I've been organizing a lot for Palestine there, but I'm currently traveling, and it's been really nice to see. Thank you. It's been really nice to see that there's actually protest and all kinds of things happening all over Europe. It's given me a lot of strength when maybe my light was dying a little bit. And I want to sing something. It's a very sweet, small song. Written with Desiree. What's her name? It does not say. Okay, well, I will look it up after. It's about Palestine. It's really, it's very hopeful, and I think hope is a very active thing that we need to pursue. Hope isn't something that just comes. You have to actively believe in it. So here it comes. I'm gonna keep the lyrics because probably I'm gonna forget. A day will come when you will see, from the river to the sea, Palestine. Palestine will be free. The sun will set into peace, from the west to the east, Palestine. I'm starting too low. Palestine will be free. We see truth every day, all the children taken away. A day will come when you will see, all the children will be free. A day will come when you will see, from the river to the sea, Palestine, Palestine, Palestine will be free. The sun will set into peace, from the west to the east, Palestine, Palestine, Palestine will be free. I feel your tears, how far they run. I know freedom will soon come. Every river and every tree, every child will be free. The moon will rise, a liberation song. The sun will rise, healing all that's wrong. I know our freedom's intertwined. You teach me freedom, Palestine. A day will come when you will see, from the river to the sea, Palestine, Palestine, Palestine will be free. The sun will set into peace, from the west to the east, Palestine, Palestine, Palestine will be free.
so much. That was so beautiful. I teared up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone's interventions today, and thank you to Undra as always for the sound, helping us with the sound every week. To close the vigil, we just want to put a song, Unadikum. I asked my friend Mariana to translate it to English. She will read to you the translation so that you understand the lyrics, and we will put it and we will close the vigil. Thank you so much, and be careful going home. Good night, everyone. Thank you all for coming. This is a song by Ahmed Kabour. Am I saying it right, Gigi? Ahmed Kabour. I'm gonna read it then. It's called I Call Out to You. I call out to you. I clasp onto your hands and I kiss the earth beneath your soles and I say, I'm prepared to die for your sake. I call out to you, I clasp onto your hands and I kiss the earth beneath your soles and I say, I'm prepared to die for your sake. And I will give you the light from my eyes and I shall give you the warmth of my heart, and for the calamities I am living through is a share of your calamities. I call out to you, I clasp onto your hands and I kiss the earth beneath your soles and I say, I'm prepared to die for your sake. I call out to you, I clasp onto your hands and I kiss the earth beneath your soles and I say, I'm prepared to die for your sake. I am never lost in my homeland, nor did my shoulders ever diminish. I stood in the face of my oppressors, orphaned, unclothed, barefooted. I call out to you, I clasp onto your hands and I kiss the earth beneath your soles and I say, I'm prepared to die for your sake. I call out to you, I clasp onto your hands and I kiss the earth beneath your soles and I say, I'm prepared to die for your sake. I carried my blood in my palms and I have never, ever lowered my flags, and I sustained the greenness of the grass that grew above the graves of my ancestors. I call out to you, I clasp onto your hands and I kiss the earth beneath your soles and I say, I'm prepared to die for your sake. I call out to you, I clasp onto your hands and I kiss the earth beneath your soles and I say, I'm prepared to die for your sake.
Bom pessoal, vamos terminar aqui mais uma vigília pela Palestina. Já são 20 e tal, já deixámos de contar. Desde outubro, todas as quartas-feiras, em vários pontos da cidade, fiquem atentos aí ao CUSP para saberem o local e juntem-se a nós. Que é o grande abraço. Já sabem, se quiserem apoiar o nosso trabalho, é só entrar em contato connosco. Muito obrigado por seguirem o que nós vamos fazendo e não se esqueçam de partilhar, de comentar e de estarem na luta e Free Palestine. Muito obrigado.